All right, it is day 20. We are going from glory to glory, and I pray that God is speaking to you on this journey. I love chapter 20 because it reminds us that wisdom is often lived one step at a time. That's one of our big phrases here. And this chapter speaks about integrity, honesty, restraint. It shows us patience in action. And, it shows us that our lives are not just self-directed as sometimes we imagine, that God's actually in control. And, there's humility in that. Many of us want a map for the next 5 years, right? But often what God gives us is simply enough light for the next step. Maybe that's part of His mercy, because if we saw everything, we actually might trust in ourselves more than Him. Right? I mean, that's just real talk right there. And this chapter invites us into this kind of steadier kind of thinking in life, and where we kind of yield everything to God. One of the things that I love about this is it shows us that if our path feels uncertain right now, that there's still hope. Uncertainty is not the evidence of abandonment, but the Lord actually directs our steps just one step at a time. Your job's not to know everything. Your job is to walk with Him in what is right in front of you. See, the way I would say this is wisdom trusts the guide before it demands the full map. We're learning to trust God. One of the verses that really stands out to me is verse 24. It says, "A person's steps are directed by the Lord. How then can anyone understand their own way?" God doesn't actually expect you to understand everything. This verse humbles our obsession with certainty, and it invites us into a relationship where we're trusting God. God's guidance is often clearer in hindsight than it is in the moment, right? But it's no less real. So carry this thought with you today, that you don't have to see the whole path to trust the guide. I want you today to just take a moment. I want you to pray and maybe take the next step that God spoke to you. Whatever the most recent thing He spoke to you about, take that step. Maybe you've been worrying about all these things, but take the step that God's calling you to, and remember that this journey's not about mastering a map, but it's about walking out in wisdom the God who leads us one step at a time. You guys have an amazing day, and just take a moment to put this into practice. Find one area where you can do that. And we love you. Hope to see you this Sunday. Have a wonderful day.